Hi, I'm D. I review rums, and this is 1833. What's up, people? I've got another rum review for you today. A little bit different. Firstly, I wouldn't usually review a supermarket rum like Havana, but I was out at a bar the other night, or a club bar, you know the vibe. And I bought a bottle, and I didn't finish the bottle, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna review it because I've not done Havana before. But before we get into that, I wanted to sort of just share something. So if you guys remember, maybe around this time last year, I put a link up here somewhere to it, but I did a review of an El Salvadorian rum. It's called Cihuatan. I know I'm saying it wrong, I'm so sorry. Cihuatan rum from El Salvador. And I got this gentleman, I'm going to read what he said, because he's sort of given some information on the bottle and what the region is. So he says, so the artwork on the bottle are the cultural beliefs of the native people of El Salvador. It says, Cihuatan in the Nahuatl language, Pipil, means city of women and Cinabrio. So there's a little bit of and he said the painting on the bottle is used to paint the bodies of the deceased as well. So there's a little bit of context on what we're seeing around. So it's really good that, you know, a nice little international community is growing. So yes, definitely going to continue trying to get some of those more, for me, more unusual rums. You don't really see many rums from El Salvador. Especially in the UK, but that's what the channel's about. The channel's about, you know, finding those rums, finding those ones that are not these mass-produced ones, finding those little special quirks. And you know, we've had rums from Wales, Scotland, Fiji, Philippines, Salvador, various countries in Central America and the Caribbean, and we're just here to find more and more just crazy rums. I mean, I've not reviewed rums, but I've had rums from Australia as well. Why did I say that with an accent? But yeah, so yeah, I'm glad that, you know, he's getting a nice reach and the family is growing. Okay, so Havana Club Original. Listen, this rum is a dime a dozen. You'll find it in every bar you go to in the UK, and I'm sure it's similar around the world. You find it in any supermarket, you'll find it in duty free in the airport. It's just a staple of rum. Nothing particularly special about it, but it's just a good, it's a rum you see regularly. We're going to review it. Well, I'm going to review it. I'm going to give it a score. You're going to go out and buy it if you've never had it before. Well, you'll find out if you're going to buy it when I give it a score. So give it a shake. First things first, no. Lid, no. That's that, no. From the lid, screw top. You know how I feel about that. I like the sound. It is what it is, though. I'll put this in the infinity bottle. I have a big cast. I think it's about 5 or 6 of us going to review the infinity bottle. You need to schedule some dates in. Probably when I'm back from Marseille. So watch your space. So, first thoughts. So, you know, it's nothing special, no really interesting, strong characteristics that come from this. The smell of ethanol, it's a little bit citrusy. But there's no real strong aroma profile to this rum. So let's get straight into it. Let's get to the taste. And there you go. So it's pretty smooth. Not much. Oh, is it even worth mentioning? A tiny furnace. I wouldn't even call it a furnace. I call it, yeah, a little glow as it passes through. It's a strong rum. It's still 40%, but it's not giving you that. It's definitely not a winter warmer. Again. No strong flavor coming from it. It's a little bit bitter. Think bitter like a burnt chocolate. Without the sweetness. So yeah, I think you guys know I'm coming from that one. A little bitterness to it, but just like the aroma, there's no defining taste to the profile of this rum. It's pretty smooth, got that bitter aftertaste, not particularly dry. But you know how I feel. Lime time, baby. And limes, and like I say every review, limes do change the profile of rums a lot. So let's give it a bit of a mix. Sweet dust to this Havana. Aroma wise, the lime is very at the forefront. So the citrus comes through and what, but there's something really faint in the background. That's a bit unlocked. I'm getting a real earthy, deep flavor scent from it. It's not pronounced, it's really faint, and it's really behind all the citrus that hits you like a ton of bricks at the front of this aroma. And then similarly to the taste, the citrus from the lime, citrus flavors come through a bit more, but again, there's a real earthy, I'm thinking like a tobacco sort of, as a second taste. You get the citrus at first, and then right at the back, it comes in slowly. It's a bit of a earthy, bit of a tobacco flavor. When I say tobacco, I'm thinking like tobacco leaf. So, you know, if you haven't ever had a cigar, that sort of, if not particularly lit cigar, but when you have a cigar and you get that smell, that taste of it, more so than a cigarette. I'm not saying I smoke or anything. Yeah. So recommendation wise, I mean, it's a good staple to have in and around the bar. It's pretty inoffensive. You can have it, you know, your staples, your Cokes, your lemonades, your ginger beers. I think this is one of those drinks that you can mix with pretty much anything you'll find in a bar. So there's a low risk of trying something different. I would avoid anything citrusy though. I would avoid like a grapefruit juice. I don't think that would work. Or not on its own, maybe with something else. But I wouldn't have a grapefruit juice on its own of this. So, remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Those of you who comment, you know that I try my best to respond to them. So please do share your thoughts, feelings. Let me know. What I really like to know from people is when I've given my score, is if you also agree with my score. So you know how the scores go. You got buy and keep, buy and enjoy, and now bother with it. So for the Havana Club Original, you know what? It's aight. It's an aight rum. It's inoffensive. It does a job. Definitely rum you can drink with your friends before you go out. Definitely if you're in a bar, you could be nice and safe bet. Mix it something. I wouldn't have it in its own, but mix it with something interesting, and you'll have a good time.